settle down, take your peace with the ground. Follow that ox border where the water runs clean. Dark sergeant, you won't abandon your post, it's long gone. The brass casting is your pure conviction. Down now, I'm good for you. You man that sick, I'm darker days, they'll slowly stop shaking you. And you grieve for our heroes, cause no one knows the names. Yeah, but you and us doing what they change, your names change. Hey dog soldier, make your peace with the ground.
Oh, flies are terrible. They're really terrible. I put insect repellent on, but this is going to be fun. First wild camp of the year. In fact, first wild camp in a year actually, and it's the first in the LanShan, which I did a quick appraisal of a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, I'm in a little silver glade, silver birch glade on the edge of the forest, and I spotted this this little site a while ago, and I thought I might make a nice little wild camp spot for the night. It's not far from home. It's actually quite hard, even though I'm surrounded by forest and countryside. Finding wild camp spots is not that easy. This is not bad. Tent's gone up okay. The ground's a bit soft actually because the grass is so thick. You know, it's like a big carpet of grass, so it's pretty hard getting the pegs in. But oh, the midges are out as well. Oh my god, this is going to be a fun night. I might be scarpering. Yeah, I can see why people camp on top of mountains, because there's no wind and it's just a honeypot for flies and midges. Yeah, I came last week just to check that this place was okay, and I was wandering along the track and I saw this. Yeah, it's a beautiful grass snake, and in all the time I've been in the outdoors, I've never seen a grass snake before. I've seen an adder. I actually came up climbing at Tramada, pulled up to a ledge, and I was face to face with an adder on the ledge staring me out. So that was an interesting experience, but never seen a grass snake before, but a beautiful creature. I stopped dead in case it was an adder, and Fergus, my springer, he just bounced over it, didn't even see it. I thought, oh my god, it's going to get bitten, but it was a harmless grass snake, so all's well ends well. But I was saying the other week, I bought this tent for a planned long distance walk. Something I started, I didn't realise, I was looking at a hard drive with some photographs and a bit of video. I actually started it 6 years ago. Did the first leg, suffering terribly with my feet, ran out of water, expected to find lots of mountain streams, I didn't. I packed too much, it was really badly planned. The route I planned was excellent actually, but I've really got to get a good pair of boots and really whittle down my pack weight. And next year Fergus will be 13 and he won't be coming with me, so at least I'll have to carry the dog food, which weighs a ton. But yeah, there's a bit of footage from the walk that wasn't. Have a look. Okay, tiring, but it's a nice breeze, which is nice. Take the slight wrong turn, but I could correct it soon. Right, I've been going for a while, high up on a track, feeling okay. It's a bit drizzly. At the time, he's been very good. Caught a pheasant, but to be expected. right over yonder. Yeah, so I think it's going to take about 4 or 5 days, and it's well, it's a new walk that I've devised, and I'm hoping that when it's completed, it might prove to be quite a popular walk, because it's a very logical, long distance walk, mountain walk. 90% of the time, it's on bridleways and paths and tracks. Very rarely approaching onto roads or back lanes. So yeah, it looks good. And the first one, the first leg I did, which was about, well, it took me 12 hours, and I fell into the village. I got over the mountain range, realised I wasn't going to make it that day. It wasn't going to make a 4 or 5 day walk. Phoned Christine, my partner, to come and bail me out, and I stumbled into a village at 9 o'clock at night, absolutely done in. Yeah, so that's planned for next year. So this little LanShan, because it's so light and it's a walking pole tent, I thought it might be ideal for a hike. My other one-person tent, it's a bit heavy. It's much bigger than this, though. You can probably squeeze 2 people in, and the dog. In fact, I did the video. Have a look here. One-man tent. I used to go on the climbing forums years ago. People were raving about these little one-man tents. My gosh, one guy said he was in a storm on Ben Nevis, and his tent was the only one that survived. Yeah, I bought one at least 10 years ago and never used it. This is the first. Wait, come up here. This is the first time I've used it, and I've just sold a 2-man tent, which was actually no bigger than that. Yeah, there's enough room for me and the dog. 2 people could just about sleep in it, but yeah, it's not bad. It's a summer tent, so well, 3 seasons. You probably manage a reasonable spring, autumn day. Yeah, that's some little Pro Light or something it's called, cheapo, but it's okay, but just a bit heavy. Right, I'm going to get some tea on, and I'll speak to you later. Right, let me show you around my little domain. Hang about. It's a little silver birch grove. It's not a bad spot. The grass is a bit thick. I was saying before that you can't quite get the pegs in very deep, but I think it'll be alright. Bit of a breeze, which is helping to keep the flies and midges down. The edge of the forest. Through the gap there's the Arons, Twin Peaks of the Arons. Right into the sun there, so you won't see much. Just a lovely pastoral valley. I've just had my curry. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, silver birches. Quite a nice little grove, isn't it? The birds tweeting. I've got a killer next 10 past 7, so I've got to kill time. It's not going to go dark till after 10, so I'll listen to a podcast and listen to a podcast, and I've got my tablet and reading a book, so that should keep me entertained for a few hours. Hi, back again. Nice breeze got up, which is keeping the flies away a bit. It was when I got here, it was a bit still, and I was getting eaten alive. And I've just wiped myself down with some anti-insect wipes, and they've helped along with the breeze. But I'm not saying I've seen the last of them, but that's the trouble midsummer. In an enclosed area like this little glade, you're gonna suffer sometimes. Yeah, I was going to say, normally I have Fergus with me, the Springer. He's been the vets today. He's 12 and a half now, and if you watch any of my outdoor videos, van life, walking, he features in most of them actually. But he is an old timer, and I know he's got arthritis. He gets a bit stiff in his shoulder. In fact, yesterday he walked about 10k, which is about 6 miles up a mountain. He did well, but he was a bit stiff when he got back down. So we took him to the vets today, and he's got a bit of a heart murmur, which is not unusual in an old dog, but it's not serious. The vet suggested they could either leave it be and keep an eye on him and let nature take its course, because he's an old fella, or medicate him, which will keep it in check, apparently. I suppose it's just like us, taking blood pressure tablets or statins or whatever. So we've opted for the latter, obviously. It's going to cost us about £30 a month, medication. And he's got some painkillers for his shoulder. And we give him green mussel extract and golden paste, which is a turmeric and anti-inflammatory. So, the vet just said, yeah, carry on with him as you are. Don't sort of keep him wrapped up in cotton wool. Keep taking him out on his walks, and we will. It's just going to cost us a bit more, what with his dog food and vet's bills and his tablet regime. Then it costs a couple of bob, but he's worth it because he's a smashing dog. So that's related to this LanShan tent. It's too small, definitely too small for me and a dog. So I will take him a camp this year, but I'll probably take either the 2-person tent or the little, can't remember the name of it, the other 1-person tent, which is actually almost a 2-person tent. Doesn't look like there's going to be a very nice sunset. I was hoping I might get a time-lapse shot, but nothing's happening at the moment. It's clear sky, no clouds. It'd be pretty boring time-lapse, so I'll probably give that a miss. Okay, I'll catch you later.
To be free, we came to be. The moon settles upon the night sky. For how long have we been driving by? For how long have we been driving by? You can hear the humming wind. We planned our grandest escape, fleeing through the leaves, the redwood giants, fleeing through the leaves, the redwood giants. She'd say, you were meant to come, we were meant to meet, you didn't want to to me. You didn't want to leave, but it was all meant to be.
Oh, hiya. It's 2 minutes to 6. I've been up since 5. As as to be expected, I never sleep very well when I'm camping out. I'm quite a light, restless sleeper, so yeah. Thoughts. First night in the LanShan. That's what people will be interested in, I think, if you're thinking of getting the LanShan. Yeah, it's. I said in the introductory video a couple of weeks ago that it's quite small, smaller than my other one-person tent, but it's adequate. You know, if you're backpacking, doing a long-distance trail or whatever, multi-day hike, and you just want somewhere to lay your head, don't you? And it's big enough, obviously, to get your sleeping bag in and a thin mat. As I said first time around, if you're a tall person, if you say over 6'2", and you had a thicker mat, you'd struggle. Your head would be up against in a mesh tent. Average height, you're okay. You can't see it out shot. Little thin mat I've got over there, blow up thing. It's okay. It's quite narrow. Not a lot of room to sit up. Your head's touching the top when I stood up in the night to take my t-shirt off, and that pole had slipped somehow. I had to straighten it this morning. Goes up very easily. Really one of the easiest tents I've ever erected. This particular spot has problems in that it's nice to sit, actually. It's nice thick carpet of grass, but getting pegs in, I mean I did in the end, but you have to dig down a bit to get a purchase. And that's about it, really. Yeah, it seems well put together, easy to put up. It's a good little backpacking tent. And but for local camping, I probably won't use this. I could have got the LanShan 2, which is not much more. But then again, where this is sited, even though it's a nice little silver birch clearing, there are sort of like roots and things, so it just fitted in nicely without any problems there. The slightly bigger LanShan 2, I think, would have extended over quite lumpy bits. So it's something to consider. The LanShan 2 is a 2-pole tent, apparently. So that's something, if you want a bit more room, you don't mind carrying a bit extra weight, then perhaps go for the LanShan 2. Yeah, so this is not a bad spot. It's amongst the silver birches, nice views, quiet. It's not a million miles. It's only about a mile as the crow flies to a town. So it's not in the middle of nowhere. I didn't expect to be disturbed last night, and it was quiet apart from the birds. And yeah, but the worst thing about this spot is bloody flies and midges. They're really out. And I haven't brought enough water for coffee. I've got enough water for 1 cup of coffee, which is a bit of a disaster. Normally I have about 3, or at least 2. And the stream that's nearby, I notice, has dried up. It's been so dry, so I just have to make do with this 1 coffee till I get home. But anyway, that's the first night in the LanShan. It's okay. Did the job. Lots of pluses, being easier erection. It seems good quality. I say the only downside is I find it very small. Yeah, so that's it. The LanShan. It's going to be a good backpacking tent. It's limited, I would say, in its uses to well, I say, yeah, I say basically it stands out as a backpacking tent, but if you want a bit more room and you're not hiking too far, you don't mind carrying a bit extra weight, I would take a bigger tent. Just have that extra comfort that you get in a bigger tent. But yeah, this will do the job. It's as a one person backpacking tent. It looks pretty good. It's only 6:05. Lovely mist in the valley. Oh, really nice morning. It was 29 when I walked in yesterday. 29 centigrade, which is, what is that in Fahrenheit? Hang on. Down south it was about 33, I believe. So yeah, it's going to be another hot day. So I'm going to hike out of here. My car's parked in the town a mile away. Yeah, okay, so rambling now. Okay, so I'll catch you soon anyway when I've got something to throw out at you. Okay, thanks for watching. See you soon.
You should settle down, make your peace with the ground. Follow that oxbow to where the water runs clean. Dark sergeant, you won't abandon your post, it's long gone. The brass castanets, your pure conviction. Settle down now, I'll be good for you. You mind that sick, I'm darker.